I know, but when everybody came in, the charitable part went out the door the minute you guys knew it was not feasible, and you didn't announce it to everybody else, so that the townships, all those mothers and fathers and grandparents that were watching the children when it was passed, to start having conversations with them. This can't change overnight when it's been adopted for years from the way people live here. Again, I'm a transplant here. I did not understand any of this. I did not know the importance of it until I saw it start affecting my 11-year-old and my 13-year-old and my 17-year-old. And it's affecting them because we're trying to figure out, what do we do from here? You know, she's here with me at a meeting right now in the Y. You have to understand that. She's not hanging out at the Turkey Hill. She's not at a bodega. Because I don't know that that is a corner store. it just goes on and on and on. And there are finite details that you have to understand. And what you're saying is, how can we sit around and talk about it? We all, on both sides of this table, have the same mission statement. And you're still wondering.
Also wondering.
No, you're saying, what do you do?
No, I'm not.
We had the perfect plan in order.
No, and please don't take me as a point out.
I
What I want to do is, look, this is important. And your daughter is about as impressive as it gets. I mean, like, you know, when you listen to what she's saying, and obviously it's important to her, her friends, the gentleman up here. Like, what can I do as like somebody listening here to like?
For me personally, I can't speak for everybody. For the community though, it is actually an apology. It feels like the why, which everybody, it's like a staple point in everybody's vocabulary, all across America. I apologize. We came in, we took over, we could possibly leave a gate and go. It was not our intention. But that hasn't been addressed. It keeps coming down with no disrespect. Again, the word deficit. Nobody wants to hear even how bad we are, how much more bad we could be. Like, that's all I'm hearing. I understand you're saying something, but I'm hearing you guys aren't good enough. You're not making enough money. You're not generating enough. You're not pulling your own weight. You need other people to pull your weight. That's the problem this town already has. And they didn't have that concern about the market. You really just have to understand it.
Understood.
This is the last cornerstone that this town has. This town does not have a vibrant Main Street. This town does not have a big commercial district. This town does not have a booming arts district. So when you come from places like Phoenixville, or Havertown, or Ambler, it doesn't have that. We have the 422 corridor to hell, Pottstown and Reading. That's what we have. And we're trying to make it better. That's why all of us are here on our volunteer time as well. And we're going to be left with nothing when you guys walk out the door. We still have all the questions. You guys have all the answers. You guys don't go home to Pottstown. You know, if you're from Pottstown, raise your hand. Exactly. The rest of you aren't going home tonight to worry about what you're doing with your children or your grandchildren. You're not worried about, can you move out of this town now? Because I guarantee you, and I know the kids on the streets, it's going to go through the YMCA, and you can mark my words, within 12 months, watch the detention center in Norristown, 530 Fort Indian Road, blow up this summer with Pottstown residents.
I have a question for this gentleman right here. I can't imagine Pottstown not having a YMCA. I'm 67, and I can remember the why. But I want you to switch places with me right now. Now, what question would you want me to ask you? What can be done to keep this why?
What?
Switch places with me.
Right.
What question would you want me to ask you to keep this why?
Tell us what we have to do to keep this wide, and tell us as the community members what we have to do. Do we need $11 million? Because again, I'm also in construction, and I've seen the report. It is not $11 million over 10 years. We all know that. That's a BS number that's thrown out. So it just is. You know, what's the real number? Where were the bids taken? What do we need to do to sustain our community if you're not answering? Why aren't you handing the building over to us and taking that loss?
An answer?
Let's put it this way. I don't know that I can answer at this point.
That's
I
why
think you
we're
deserve
here.
an answer.
Excuse me?
I said, I don't know that I'm prepared to answer right now, me personally, but you absolutely deserve an answer.
And that's why we're here, but yet you voted to close it up.
I voted to close it up with the idea that we as a group, with the task force and everything, we're gonna work for everybody. But like I've driven down this road, yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm the detached from this community all that much. My kids play sports here constantly.
You voted before you know about the task force.
Nope. With the task force,
So
when we voted, it wasn't like, we're gonna close, oh, and then put a task force. It was, the intent is to
That was put on the table.
Yeah, and what can we do to work with the community to find another site that would help make an impact in the community and service the community?
Go ahead.
Well, the message has been made that we need a Y with walls.
No,
And that's a lot
now
of
laughing
money.
at you.
And we're not gonna get a new Y here in
I was pointing at
Pottstown.
the young man.
So we can't, and Sean, that's what we need. We need a Y with walls.
So does it have to be this location?
It doesn't have to be. Involve the community, get the community engaged. You could pick
Okay.
any place you wanted to inside the borough within walking distance. We are 4.8 square miles. That is walkable within 20 minutes for any individual. That's accessible for somebody with a disability with a hover around or a scooter. Saratoga is not an option. Boyertown is not an option. This is a self-sustaining community. Hospitals, doctors, lawyers, Walmarts, mechanics, car dealerships, you would never need to leave here. And most people can't. We need something here. We need something for the community. It's community, a high population. It's 32% people of color, Hispanics, African Americans, so forth and so on. This is what we know. We don't know going over to Boyertown. If you want the statistics on that as well, there's a reason we don't go over there. That's a whole other issue. But to expect us, and I think that those are some of our options to go to as well. I'm going to tell you now, articulating the best that I can, we cannot go east of here to participate in some of the activities that happen in Boyertown and Gilbertsville for other reasons. So, yeah, we're stranded on an island, and you guys were our life raft. Now, we're just saying, did we buy a broken life raft?
The young man been trying to speak.
Hi. So, now a month ago, I presented a pitch at the Pottstown Investors Conference. It was about the body without walls. Now, the things we can do with our community, because this is a very high possibility. This is work, not to sound down on anyone. We can move it up to North State Street, which was the old Giant. We can move it there. We have all the expenses. Every single figure put down how much it would cost. I have that. I have every single figure. I would love to work with you and keep this inside our town. It means so much to us.
So, the short answer is we're prepared to sit down and work with anybody, yourself included, or especially yourself, and look at solutions like that.
Okay. What you got something to say?
I mean, I just find it problematic that there seems to be effort put into fundraising and capital campaigns in other wealthy communities in terms of building 4 walls there for a YMCA, but in a community that's considered socioeconomically challenged, that the same is not done. And I'm going to put the word out there that, yes, I believe that is discriminatory.
I was gonna get to that point she stole, but boy,
Can I go back to the building?
Yeah.
You said Giant.
The old Giant space, they moved out.
and as it is,
How big is that?
oh, it's huge.
Large area.
Matter of fact, if you leave here, when you leave tonight, I can point you right where to go, you'll ride right into it, and you'll see how huge it is. It's a huge building.
That's centrally located enough in the.
It's not centrally located, but that's not the recommendation by the NAACP. Our recommendation that you turn the building over to us and give us $7 million and let us figure out a way to run it as a community. That's our recommendation, right, Larry?
Yeah.
That's our recommendation, that you turn the building over to us. But, Mr. Boyd, are you done with your man?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Boyd.
Yeah, I'd just like to make a comment on the way I think you look from an airplane view. I'm speaking for myself, I'm not speaking for the organization. When we talk to you about community needs, you carry on about numbers. We live in a society where the haves keep getting more. It's very clear. The have-nots keep giving it up. That's a trend. You look like an agent of that trend. That's just what you look like. And to me, and I'm speaking for no one else, per se and inherently, it looks racist.
Well,
That's the way it looks from an airplane view. What else could we conclude? You're taken from a poor community. We originally joined the Spring Valley line. I saw spending going on there. It was stupid. In the last 3 years we were there, this is anecdotal evidence of your choices on spending. There was a massive renovation of the women's locker room. There was not a damn thing wrong with that women's locker room, nothing. It was fine.
Not that you've seen it.
Not that I've seen it, right? The lobby, there was nothing wrong with the lobby. It had a giant service desk. It looked like a reception area in a Ritz-Carlton. You redid the whole thing, a massive renovation. That's a spending choice. Why didn't you put the money here? That wasn't needed. You guys look bad.
Can I respond to that?
Yeah.
I served on the advisory board at Spring Valley. For a number of years, I was the president when we went through the merger. Those repairs were necessary.
Well, not compared to what's needed here.
I know, but I just want the record to reflect, it wasn't that they were just frivolous spending. The tile in the lobby was starting to come up. That's why that tile was replaced. And there were issues with the family locker room, comments coming from the members. So that was the reason for the locker room repair.
So the members that are wealthy, why squawk and they get a new floor? Another heaven's here.
My point, sir, is that that's your opinion. I'm trying to share some information with you.
Okay.
Walk into the men's locker room and tell me
Thanks.
if you think that's a nice locker room.
Yeah,
Not a
really.
point, Johnny. I'm just trying to clarify.
No, you said the members brought up a point about the locker room as well.
I'm going.
I appreciate what you're saying. That was your job to look at that why.
It wasn't my job as a volunteer, just to be clear again. All of the board
I don't
members
mean-
here are volunteers.
No, I didn't mean paid, but that was your task,
Yeah.
to look at that why, without being blind to this one. All we needed was here. And I'm not faulting you for that, but it's like you're myopic.
Now, the NAACP,
Respect that.
I didn't know say respect anything else.
I said, I'm just saying, we'll come together at some point.
But, you just did. NAACP, our stance and our resolution, which is why I asked the question, did anybody really read the resolution, and we didn't get a response. Part of it says, whereas Freedom Valley YMCA's own, this is NAACP's resolution, not school district or task force. Matter of fact, Mr. Larry Cohen was one that drafted it. Whereas Freedom Valley YMCA's own stated mission is delivery of programs that nurture children, strengthen families, build communities, and develop healthy spirits, mind, and bodies for all. Also, a part of our resolution that says, whereas Freedom Valley YMCA's stated mission indicates it serves the community regardless of age, income, or background. And whereas Freedom Valley YMCA provides vital child care and other early learning programs for Pottstown's children. And whereas Freedom Valley YMCA serves Pottstown's at-risk youth through its sports and recreation facilities. And on further down, it says, whereas the majority of Pottstown students come from low-income families, and whereas the Pottstown School District is one of the poorest in the region, and whereas the population of Pottstown is 18% African American, 8% Hispanic, and whereas over half of all students in the Pottstown School District are minorities, and further down it says, whereas in recent years, Freedom Valley YMCA constructed state-of-the-art facilities in Spring Valley and Upper Perkiomen Valley, and reportedly is constructing new facilities in Haverford and Upper Maryland, and whereas those communities possess significantly wealthier socioeconomic populations, which is why the NAACP is involved. That's where we feel the discrimination is coming into play. So just to state that out there. And for the record, Evan, we did not go into no agreement with Freedom to purchase Giant and turn that into a YMCA. I did not want that in the paper.
I didn't say you committed to it.
Yeah, okay, I'll say we committed to it. We didn't have no agreement. So that's where we are coming from, which is why I think why our state president, why our branch, local branch president for Reading chapter is here, because and his email has been sent out to other presidents of our chapters in Montgomery County. That's our concern,
And throughout the state.
and throughout the state, that allegedly what you're doing, whether you realize it or not, could be discriminatory practice. Audubon Y, that's shut down. Abington Y.
Daycare facility is still
Daycare.
open.
Yeah,
But
Now,
all of the
Yeah, I
other-
buy that facility's still open.
the Audubon,
Not the
Well,
daycare facility
It was
is.
85%, the activity is measured by people already going through.
Yeah.
Was childcare.
But similar to Pottstown, and the demographics are quite similar. The daycare was the one thing that you chose to keep open, but the facility in terms of the.
Virtually the whole building was childcare. It was just very, very small wellness.
That's not the truth, because I actually know a mother who child goes there, and she would go there, work out before she picked up her child after work, and she is not able to do that
There
now.
was a small wellness component, but the vast majority of the activity was always childcare.
Can you see it from the minority's point of view, how this could be seen directly as prejudice, maybe not racist, but prejudice, whether it be discriminatory versus the color of one's skin, the poverty-stricken, we're a community of 26% living under the poverty line. That means that every one of us has a neighbor that we're here for, if not for ourselves. We'll do it for churches, we'll renovate buildings, we'll do it for other historical things. This place is Pottstown, I have to understand that. And whether Audubon got shut down or not, the word is out there that it's shut down. Whether it's 85% daycare, this, that, and the third, Pottstown is being shut down. These are two locations, the only two in Montgomery County that have this population of minority.
First of all, it's not shut down, right? Do you agree that Audubon is not shut down?
Which one?
Audubon?
Now, I was told by actually a staff member here said you guys gave a 3-month notice and shut it down, and it affected the senior population of that area more so than anybody else. That's what was told to me.
How many other YMCA's are in the same,
So
or in the
Audubon's
scope
not on the
of
chopping
where
block?
this place is right now?
Audubon is not on the chopping block then?
No, it's not.
So just Pottstown in the region?
The building is, Pottstown is not, the building is.
And see, that's what concerns me, because I work in the chemical field. We have a maintenance staff, and what they do is PMs, preventive maintenance. So if you see something, you always constantly try to do preventive maintenance so it doesn't get to the point of breaking down. This is what concerns me. What was Freedom's task when they took over this building? Were they not getting reports, maintenance reports, that the water could be on the brink of going bad, or this was going bad? And if they were getting reports, how come nobody reacted on it and invested the money back into the building? Or reached out to the community and said,
Honestly, I can't comment.
so somebody may have been
Maybe 10 years
leading
ago
you?
or 15 years ago, I can't comment on.
Are there other YMCA's that are in the same situation or close to the same situation as this is? And I don't expect you to give me the names. But if so, first of all, are there? And have they been notified of the upcoming, so-called non-preventive maintenance or whatever it is with their building, or they're going to be closed?
This is the only building that.
This is the only one.
Pottstown building is the only one that we have challenges with.
So you don't have any other challenges out there with any other lodge at this time?
I mean, we have buildings that all require, some are older, some are younger. The average age is circa 1991, and we have some new ones, and we've got some old ones. And they all have various and wondrous requirements in terms of, new building doesn't need much in terms of maintenance, old ones do.
Okay, so you have
You
this,
don't know what this is doing to this community.
Yeah.
And you have, and I can't emphasize this enough.
okay.
Some things you just can't put into words.
Did you or do you still have a strategic plan in place? When you purchased this building, did you have a plan in place for how many years on out?
I can't comment on what happened, more than a decade ago.
I'm talking about when you purchased, when you took over. You took over in what, 2013 or 15? Freedom, when did Freedom take over? Yeah, so in 2013, did you guys sit down and have some type of plan in place for Pottstown, for like a 5 or 10 year plan?
I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't
The
know.
board,
Is there anyone on this board that was on the 13?
you just got, how long you been involved? I'm not trying to be smart now when I ask that.
A little over 2 years.
2 years.
Oh, now, okay, now that makes it clear to me, okay. Anybody on the board has been longer than Sean?
I was on the board during the time.
So when you purchased this facility, did you have a strategic plan in place?
I'm sure there was one.
And was Sean, giving that to Sean and other new board members? Could we have a copy of that? Could Sean have a copy? Maybe that would help Sean.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it might help.
But you're taking a beating, Sean, maybe you're taking an unnecessary beating because previous board members didn't inform you.
No,
I'm just-
yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Let's go back for a second. There were evaluations done, I do remember on the board, for each of the buildings when, prior to the merger. There was information on every building. I'm going to defend you on this one, Sean. He wasn't involved in it. At that point in time, the CEO was your friend Jay Schrader, and then it was John Flynn was the CEO.
Okay, the reason why I'm asking that, I'm gonna go back to preventive maintenance. We were up here doing the membership drive, and we were talking to the Valleys here. And we were doing a membership drive at the NAACP here at the Y, and we were talking about, and we bumped into this young couple right here. And we recruited them to become members of the NAACP, and we're talking about the YMCA staying open. He brought up a bill, he said, I'm a welder. What can I do to help fix the Y up? So this is why it's so vital that the community should have been involved before you voted, because we have people who were willing, he's retired, but he was willing to come in as a welder and do whatever he can to help fix up the Y. I understand somebody had a story about a church. He was telling me that story that maybe there was a church somewhere that was willing to even try to find and contribute money to buy a new board. So it wasn't like it was going to be left solely on you. But in saying that, if you do shut down, which I hope you do not shut down, the services that you want to provide to the community, will you still receive money from your donors? Or will you, they sing?
I doubt from Pottstown.
Yeah, I'm asking. Will you still, with Freedom, still receive money from the donors that you're receiving now while this building is open?
They take my money.
They took my money too, I remember it. Well, I was gonna buy a re-up, but I had to work 12-hour shifts, I had to let it last month. My work schedule was changing, but I hope to join again, I love that gym upstairs. But anyway, if you do provide new services for this community, whatever services they may be, are you gonna still take money from the donors? Will you still take the $500,000, $600,000 from the Pottstown BEAT program? Will you still take grant money? Will you still solicit the type of money you've been soliciting over the past couple of years?
So the PEAT program, as we talked about, is fee for service, and I certainly heard from the characterization that that's not great. So I apologize for that. I don't know what else I can say other than I apologize for that. If donors will continue to fund services here, we'll be very appreciative of the donation.
What can we tell donors? Because I would not want to invest money into something I know is going to drive down the street.
So, if you're asking my opinion, and I'm sorry, I don't know your name, but a gentleman there said, I'm not from here, so I don't want to sound condescending or inappropriate. But to me, the why is about individuals and people, and you heard some very eloquent young people speak to the needs of the community. If we can deliver services on that basis in a way that makes a difference in their lives, we're absolutely committed to doing that. And if there's a donor that would like to support that work, that would be gratefully received.
What guarantee can we get from you that would help us get donors? It's hard to sell this vision if there's no certainty that you're going to be here tomorrow. I'm from Baltimore, and I can't stand the Colts.
That's going way back.
That's going way back. Because they snuck out by night. They packed up and went in by night. And we can't stand